And we're back with part 2 about subbing. If you want to hear about people subbing for you, part 1 is all about that. Part 2, we're going to discuss you subbing other people's classes. So first of all, this is a great way if you're a new instructor or if you want to get on a schedule somewhere, you can put yourself on a sub list, and that's a great way to kind of network your way into the gym or studio. Also, it's a great way to promote your own classes. So if you're newer to a studio or you're teaching at a small studio and you offer a similar class, it's a great way to meet a few people and bring those in. Now, I also talked about the fears of losing people in the other video, but I will say you may bring in a few people to your own classes. That doesn't mean they're leaving the other class. It's just a way of networking and maybe getting people into more classes. And finally, what should you do as a sub? So I have a few things that I like to do when I'm subbing. First of all, I recommend you, if you have the opportunity, take a class, watch a video, get a good vibe for the instructor and their style. I usually ask about general format. So say it's a HIIT class. How do you do your rounds? Oh, great. You do 3 rounds of this 3 times. So you have that general idea of format, or if you're doing a bar class, how much time do you usually spend on the floor at the end? How much time? So you just get a general idea. You're not trying to recreate someone else's class because you are your unique self and that's what you bring into the room, but you are trying to recreate the vibe and the format of the class. So the more you can give people something that they can connect to, something that is pretty familiar. With yoga, there are a lot of different styles, so make sure that you know if it's an Ashtanga or a Hatha or a Vinyasa, and whether it's a hot flow or a cool yin practice. There's lots of variation with that. There's lots of variation in bar. Sometimes I ask people if I can see their playlist, because that gives you a general idea of kind of the vibe of the class. Do they play chill music or do they play upbeat? Is it beats per minute? So all of these things will help you figure out how to shape your class. And then finally, once you figure out the general vibe, I don't want you to recreate their class. I want you to go in and be yourself. Bring you to the class. You're not trying to recreate something. You're trying to just bring yourself, bring your best class, your best format. Maybe the format that the teacher does isn't quite the way you teach and you're not quite comfortable. So just say, hey, I know you're used to this format. Today we're going to mix it up with something that I love to do and I hope you love it too. So giving people that little message at the beginning so they're still mentally prepared for some kind of shift in class is a great way to do it. But you do want to shine. I love subbing because I can bring out all my best moves, right? The moves that my regulars already know. I can bring out my favorite moves, my back pocket routines that I love to use over and over. So subbing is your time to bring out your best moves, to really make people sweat or make people zen out if it's a yoga class. So it's your time to shine. I hope these tips were useful. If you haven't already, watch part 1 and follow, like, and subscribe this channel on YouTube. Thanks.